Hello and welcome to the Daily Moth. It is Monday, November 14th. Are you ready for some news? So here's the latest news with the president election with Donald Trump. He appointed the former RNC chairman, Bernice Prevost, as his chief of staff. The chief of staff is the key person between the president and the cabinet. He advises the president and basically will be Trump's right-hand man. It seems like the Republicans like this move as he is close with Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. Both of them are from Wisconsin. He's also hired Steve as the chief strategist and senior counselor to the president. A role that Trump's team said would make him an equal partner. With Bernice. Steve was previously the CEO of Trump's campaign team. He's also the executive chairman of Breitbart News, which is pretty popular with anti-establishment Republicans. The news site sells t-shirts that has those kinds of slogans. Breitbart is controversial because its headlines are often the opposite of what you'd see in the mainstream media. The headlines are opposite of what you'd see in the mainstream media and uses inappropriate language often. Here are some pictures. Many people that do look at that support Donald Trump. The news website attracts a large following, which seems to be over 30 million people. The website often criticizes the Republican elites, the RNC, those who are current Republican legislators, and Paul Ryan. This pick by Trump is being described by large media companies as the opposite pole of Reince, meaning Trump has essentially set the cornerstone of his administration with twin structures of power. One to serve the Republican elites with Bernice and another to serve the rebel. Some say it can't work, that Bernice and Bannon has historically not gotten along. Some look at it as the Trump's brand of compromise. Now the latest buzz is that Trump is considering appointing Lauren Ingraham, who is the host of a radio show, as the White House press secretary. She spoke at the Republican National Conference. He did a big interview on Friday night, and it was aired last night with Leslie Stahl from CBS. 60 Minutes. Here are some highlights. Trump said that when he won, he felt like it took his breath away a little bit because it would be a whole different life for him. He had never done anything like this, that the presidency was so big, so amazing. Trump said Hillary told her via phone, "Congratulations, Donald, well done," and that Bill Clinton said that it was an amazing run. One of the most amazing he's ever seen. When asked about his conversation with Obama in the White House, Trump said they talked about the Middle East, that it was a tough situation and he got Obama's point of view. They also talked about North Korea and Obamacare. About the Middle East, Trump said, "We have spent $6 trillion over there," and that he thought he would have rebuilt our country twice, our roads, bridges, tunnels, airports. So his election was a response to politicians who had let down America for the past 15 years. He said he would put America first. Now about the border. He said in some places it will be a wall and in some places it'll be a fence. About deporting undocumented people, he said his focus is on criminal undocumented people. 2 to 3 million of those. Trump get them out of the country or imprison them, then secure the border, and decide what to do with other undocumented people. Now about draining the swamp and reducing lobbyists and special interest people, Trump said he knows he has to have some DC insiders on his transition team. But it's because DC is one of the biggest lobbyists. People work for the government, leave government, and become a lobbyist. So he'll use them because they know the system, but phase them out. Now to discuss the Supreme Court. He said he wants to appoint a justice who is pro-life and pro-Second Amendment. If abortion is overturned, then states would decide to legalize it or not, and that some will have to go to other states to get abortions, but that it's a long way to go before we'll have to consider this situation. Now, about the protesters. Trump said if Hillary had won and Trump's people went out to protest, everybody would say, "Oh, that's awful, that's a terrible thing." But there's a different attitude and a double standard held. About violence, threats, racial slurs against black people, Latinos, gay people, Trump said he is surprised to hear that he hates to hear that it happens. The reporter said people were harassing Latinos. He'll give answers next time they do the 60-minute interview. So about tax returns, Trump said that he'd release them at the appropriate time. He said he's not taking the presidential salary of $400,000 a year. He would take $1 a year. So about the LGBTQ people expressing fear, Trump said he mentioned them during the RNC and that he's a supporter. It's not already settled in the Supreme Court, it's law, and that he's fine with it. Trump said about Obamacare that he would make sure those with pre-existing conditions are covered and support children who live with their parents for extended periods of time. His family was there with him at the interview at the end, and the family seems like they'll not be in the new administration but take care of the company. Trump had a phone call today with Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Trump's team said they talked about the threats and challenges that the U.S. and Russia have, the economic issues and the relationships that have happened over the past 200 years. They look forward to having a strong relationship with them. The Kremlin said Putin congratulated Trump and pledged to build a discussion with the new admin on principles of equality, mutual respect, and non-interference in the internal affairs of each other. They're going to keep in touch via phone and they will meet up soon. There is a petition with over 4 million signatures to make Hillary Clinton president during the December 19th process, where the electors from every state will vote. People claim that Trump is an unqualified person to lead our country. They require electors to follow their state's decisions, but some states allow their electors to change their votes based on their conscience, and the petitioners are hoping they'll shift. But it won't happen. This kind of talk reminds me of some never-Trump Republicans who made an inside plan to remove Trump during the RNC, but they never got momentum. Obama hosted a press conference today, and before his trip overseas, he'll be going to Greece, Germany, and Peru. Four ones have recovered. We have international challenges, but the market's doing good. They talked about gas prices and Trump becoming president and how he's going to make good decisions. They'll have the time and they will see and set up good administration. Is Trump qualified to be president? You previously said he was unfit. What do you think of concerns about Steve? And Obama stated that Trump will be the next president, the 45th president of the United States, and that I think whenever you've got an incoming president, especially on the other side, it will take a while for people to recognize that and accept it as the new reality. I think that he recognizes that it is sincere and wanting to be successful. Well, that's it for today. See you tomorrow and stay with the light.